everyone.
Hello, hello, and welcome to Producer Spotlight. The first attempt at Producer Spotlight. It might not be that good, but we're trying. We're going to do Sweetune today. Hopefully some of you know who Sweetune are. They're very famous for working with Infinite, very famous for Infinite for working even with Kara. They make a lot of kind of synth poppy 80s lovely things that I am obsessed with and will not stop listening to.
We know that already.
Like, lots of my favourite songs ever are made by them.
I'm very curious because then through this journey, as this is a personal thing, but obviously not just getting to know a great producer in our first ever producer spotlight, but also getting to know Ben's taste even better. So
you know my taste, it's poppy as hell. And like really, really catchy.
But I'm very curious because obviously it's kind of different when you see different bands and boy bands, girl bands we are going to watch.
We're doing 2 of each.
So what's the first one then?
The first one is a song that I cannot stop listening to recently because I kind of forgot it existed for a while. Then came back to it and was like, this is amazing. So I just keep listening to this song. It's JANUS by Boyfriend.
That's a weird...
It's, you'll like the concept. They're like heartbroken princes.
Oh.
And like, it's some, you're gonna, like, it's just
okay, well, so far what I've seen is Henry VIII, a painting in the background. Which is a very unusual painting. I think it looks, I don't know, it looks
You've got to pay homage to your previous royalty when you're a heartbroken prince.
Well, let's see how K-pop princes look like. And obviously, guys, we are waiting for your amazing insights. So let us know what you thought about the music and obviously about the band in the comments, okay? So we are going to listen to this. Strings. Very traumatic already.
Look at the costumes as well. They're so good. Oh, yes. I love this song so much.
You are so into this.
It's so good.
Wait, let's listen. Wow, he has massive eyes. It feels like a musical to me a bit. Heartbroken Princes.
It's quite good lyrics in this song as well. I looked them up.
The piano is very important.
And the strings over the top of it.
Yeah.
And there's still synthy stuff in the background.
By the way, Henry VIII wasn't a good choice as a love story material. They all of it ended worse for the woman. Guys, not a good idea to look at him. Oh, what?
Look at that jump.
Very elegant one.
I love the like overdriven guitar as well.
You're not a Batgirl. Batgirl. And
I'm so into this song.
Strong, it's very strong. Oh no. Oh, don't go.
Don't go with Anime Man.
Is he Korean?
I'm not sure actually. There's twins in this group. I think it's him and that guy who was rapping a minute ago, from what I remember.
Okay.
I'm not really that up on my Boyfriend knowledge.
But that's the thing, because I was like, these two guys look the same, but just different hair.
I kind of love the choreography for this song as well.
Very boy bandish. Oh no, poor thing. Even
He's
his brother is suffering.
Prince.
They're just like two sides of the same coin. Okay, and obligatory. Oh yeah.
Lots of air grabs.
Oh yeah. So it's been air grab here, air grab here. Picture this like. What is he telling him? Oh, was it you, you traitor? The other is coming in. Oh no, they're all fighting for the same girl? No. No.
It's a K-pop music video. Of course they are.
Come on.
You can
There's
have
a
upwards of 10 guys fighting for the same girl in a K-pop music video.
This was very tragic.
Such a good song, though. I love that song so much.
This is a very much a tragic music video and a tragic song. Okay, my first impression, try to concentrate on music. No, it's like, the funny thing is, like, I know, you guys probably know who watch this channel that I'm a massive BTS fan. And BTS did a Japanese, not a tour, but like fan meetings recently. Anyway, so they were crazy, they were wearing a bit more extreme outfits than they usually do. And a bit more feminine looking, like to fit, I'm guessing, the Japanese, you know. And they were wearing this very, very similar dresses as to these guys in this video, meaning the black attire and some red covers. I'm not joking. It looks almost the same. Obviously, it's a different piece of clothing, but like the whole concept is almost the same. And everybody was commenting, it's like, you know, princely look and so it's like, I was like,
Boyfriend did it ages ago.
yeah. It is definitely an inspiration. Okay, the song itself, it's very, very much like a musical to me because of the strings, probably.
Yeah, and the like pumping kind of really, really thick.
But
like
at the same time,
harmonies.
there was also you can feel it's like 2000. What is this?
2012.
Yeah, because you know why I feel like. Yeah,
the arpeggios.
That's the piano in the background, literally.
Yeah.
And it goes through the whole song, and that's kind of an interesting addition. Just what do you think about the use of piano in K-pop songs? Because I can see so far like two very distinguished routes with piano. Is either give it like a very dramatic flair with like or give this I'm heartbroken feeling of like either the so it's
always one of the two highs of emotion, isn't it?
Two highs of emotion. So
although like R&B especially are using it quite nicely at the minute.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Hayes' songs, I think, have really interesting piano in. I would really recommend checking out her album if you like piano.
But the piano is also depending on what tone of the piano. Like, are they using a grand piano? Like this sound was a grand piano sound. I'm not sure if it was an electric version or an actual grand piano recorded. But that was more of the instrumentation, isn't it? It was going for a natural sound instead of an electronic one.
Yeah. Which is very strange for Sweetune.
Is it? So yes. Tell us about Sweetune as a producer.
So like, Sweetune is
how
like
old
a
is he?
production team. There's a lot of people in Sweetune, and there used to be even more. So they like premium like hit makers of the early 2010s, I'd say. Mm-hmm. Like they rose to fame with Kara and Infinite getting really, really big because they produced all of their big hits basically. So like if you love Kara with their Mister, which is a very, very iconic song.
That's a very famous song, isn't it?
Produced by Sweetune. We're going to listen to Step in a minute, which is also produced by Sweetune. And it's very, very good. They're very, very good at very, 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 very catchy electronic songs. And that's just kind of what they do.
And so meaning that Sweetune, and it is composed by who? Like, what are the background of the producers in the sense that like...
I mean, they have like a team of everything. Like, there's a bunch of... I'm not actually sure what the gender breakdown is between them. But there's like a big team, like some of them songwrite, some of them just produce, some of them do vocal mixing and things like that.
And is it an international mix or is it purely...
I think they're purely Korean.
Purely Korean.
Yeah.
And would you argue that actually that changes the direction, or is that something that matters, or...
I'd say it probably does actually, because if you look at... A lot of Sweetune stuff doesn't sound like K-pop does now. It sounds very much of its time. And I think that's because you've seen a lot of people going to international producers, like SM are really into their European producers. They've got Swedish producers, and they've got LDN Noise from London, and like who else? Like they've got Australian songwriters and stuff. So this is very much just Korean. That's all you're getting.
Who is Sweetune working for when it comes to labels and bands, other than we heard about it?
Everybody. They've had a bit of everything, really. Like, this is Boyfriend, who are from Starship. They've had Infinite, obviously, from Woolim. Kara from DSP. Snooper, who we're going to look at, who are from Wid May. They work with everybody, basically.
So it's not, they are not necessarily just related to one.
They're not like an in-house producer. Like they've worked with SM as well. Like they've worked with your boys Super Junior, I think. If I'm remembering correctly, that might be monetary.
My man, I don't know. I just no, I don't like to say these things.
It's confusing for me because Sweetune, some of their members split off and became Monetary, which is another production house, which I'm quite interested in.
We could also talk about that one as well. Now that we heard a boy group song, I'm curious to see how the sound changes when they apply their signature sound to girl group. So the next song we are going to listen to is
Kara's Step.
See you guys in a bit.